to store volume, how to store volume. And so, as you guys know, the ibüümerang compensation plan system has both a binary, or also known as a dual team, where you build a left team and a right team, and a unilevel, right? And as we've talked about in the past, the binary is about speed and the unilevel is about stability. And the way the binary works is, or the dual team, the way that it works is you get paid each week on the lesser side volume. Now, what volume goes into the dual team? All of the volume from enrollments only, okay? So monthly subscription volume does not go in the dual team, okay? Only enrollment volume. So that's for all those coach class packs and business class packs and first class packs. That goes in to the dual team each week. And what happens is the volume is added up from both sides, and you get anywhere from 10% to the 20% of the lesser side paid out each week. And we're going to have a comp plan training coming up super soon. As a matter of fact, we are announcing today that we have our compensation plan one pager that is in your back office to download, and we'll show it to you in just a minute. We'll show you what it looks like, and I think you guys are going to totally love it. But in any event, so here's what happens. Anytime you have volume that you don't get paid on, so for example, the minimum amount of volume to get paid on your left side is you have to have at least 500 CV, right? So if you don't have 500, if you only have 400, it's not going to generate a check for you that week. It's just going to store it and carry it over to the next week. Also, every time you get paid, it minuses out the same amount from the lesser side from the big side. So whatever's left over, that carries over to the next week, but it only carries over if you are qualified. Now, we have not been systematically taking volume out or flushing volume from people who are not qualified. And so we wanted to make sure that you understood, and we want to make sure that everybody knows exactly what they need, because we're going to start doing that, not yesterday, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday. We're giving you 2 weeks heads up that we're about to start enforcing this particular aspect of the compensation plan now that we've got some other things now working the way they need to. So what we wanted to do is make sure that everybody understands. So here's how volume storing goes, and how you guys like the picture of the squirrel, right? Isn't that a cute ibüümerang squirrel storing acorns? Right, because that's what squirrels do. They store up the acorns, right? And you get to store up your volume, and it's going to help accelerate your income. So if you want to store acorns or you want to store volume, here's what you need to know. Unpaid volume in the dual team, it carries over to the next week, okay? And it will continue to do that for a year. And after a year, unpaid volume will begin to flush, but it doesn't flush all at once. It flushes monthly, right? So what does that mean? It means that in the 13th month of your business, the system's going to look back and see if you still have any unpaid volume from the first month of your business, and it'll flush that. In the 14th month of your business, it's going to go back to look at the second month and see, do you have any unpaid volume left over from that month? And it'll flush that. So as long as you're getting paid on your volume, you're going to continue to store volume from each month for a year, and then it'll go from there. So that's a very fair system, and it's very safe, and it protects the company as well. Now, here's what happens. A person gets started with a coach pack or higher. They get their first 30 days where they'll store volume without volume flushing, even if they haven't met the qualifications that I'm going to get over, okay? So what are those qualifications? Well, the first qualification, you have to meet all of these qualifications. I was getting ready to put that on this slide. You need to meet all of these qualifications, all right? They're not optional. It's not 1 out of 3. You have to meet all. Everybody say all, okay? All right, now, how you like this squirrel? This is ibüümer squirrel.
ibüümer squirrel.
This is ibüümer squirrel.
We got ibüümer crane.
He stores
ibüümer squirrel.
This is ibüümer squirrel. He stores volume because he's qualified.
Nice.
He's qualified. So you see he's got a logo on him because he's qualified. He's a happy volume storing squirrel, right?
Is that a tattoo?
Yeah. It's a birthmark.
Oh.
He was born into boomerang.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, he came into this world and he said, boom, I store volume. Anyway, so how do you store volume? The first thing is you have to be activated. You have to activate your position. Now, what does that mean? It means that you have to have at least 200 CV, right? You have to have at least 200 in commissionable volume that's been generated. What is the fastest way to get 200 CV? Well, that is to do a coach pack or higher, because a coach pack comes with 200 CV. The business class pack comes with 400, and the first class pack comes with 800. So if you do at least a coach pack, you're going to be instantly activated for your position. There is another way, and that is to generate enough travel savings volume from your customers to get to 200 CV. And guess what? That takes a while. That's the longer way to do it. And of course, you can do it that way if you would like, but during that period of time, you will not be activated and you will not be, of course, storing volume. All right. Now, the second thing is you have to be active each month. Now, how do you stay active? That is your monthly subscription, which is whatever your monthly subscription is relevant for your level. Once you're activated, of course, you have to do your monthly. Okay, so if you're doing your monthly each month, you are, that's the second qualifier. Now, the third qualifier to store volume in the dual team is you need to be binary or dual team qualified. What does that mean? It means you need to have at least one person that you've personally sponsored on your left side and one person that you've personally sponsored on your right side. And I forgot the screen's backwards for everybody else. So one on the left and one on the right. And they have to meet the first two criteria themselves. So they need to be activated. They need to each have 200 CV, and they each need to be active each month. As long as you have at least one on the left and one on the right, and you're taking care of business yourself, you will be qualified to store volume. Any unpaid volume will be carried over and carried over and carried over, which allows you to build up and get paid on it, and it accelerates your ability to earn income. Now, again, when do we start enforcing this? Not yesterday, not next week, Friday, but Friday the 27th.
The 26th.
The Friday the 26th. Don't mind the fact that it says, just ignore, it doesn't say 27. It's your mind playing tricks on you. It really says 26. I promise you, that's a 26. Yeah?
It's a 20. I see 26.
I see 26 too. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are all these people saying Saturday's the 27th?
I know. You guys, hey, come on. I meant Friday. I mean, okay.
So it's Friday.
It's Friday,
July 26th.
July 26th, like it says on the screen. All right, okay. So we just wanted to make sure that everybody knew this. Give you 2 weeks.
Dr. Legs, I see the 26th.
Thank you, Dr. Legs.
Dr.
I told
Legs.
you. I told him, Dr. Legs. I told him, right? Absolutely. Look, see, it says it's 26
all day long.
No, somebody said that's 26. It's just different. Right.
The 27th is the 26th.
It's a different type of 6.
Hashtag just different.
So we just want to make sure that everybody has a heads up, right? We're giving everybody 2 weeks notice. Please let your teams know. I hope they're on this training. I hope that, by the way, you're seeing why your team needs to be on the training. If they're not on the training, make sure you send them the link and so that they see this, because what we don't want is on the 27th, which is the day after the one you see on the screen here. We don't want everybody hitting customer service talking about where'd my volume go, because we gave you a 2 week heads up to get ready.
Yep.
All right. Okay, cool. So that's what I wanted to tell everybody, that you need to go ahead and get yourself qualified. You got 2 weeks. Go for it.
Cool.
All right. That's it.
What are we doing?